Welcome back. Just because today is a rainy day has nothing to do with our sending meteorologist Ron Smiley to a rainforest. He's actually at the newly renovated rainforest exhibit at the National Aviary. It's now open to the public following more than $1 million in upgrades to the habitat for tropical plants, birds, and other creatures. And Ron is there to show us around this morning. Good morning, Ron. How is it?
It's good. Was it you that sent me out here? I saw the snickering. You know, it was raining earlier, and you guys were like, let's send Ron to the rainforest. That would be the perfect place for him. You thought it might be a punishment, but actually this is kind of a reward for me. This has just been open, at least a reopening, for just a couple of days. It reopened on Friday. This is an amazing facility. In fact, we can kind of quickly take a look at what's going on, and we're going to talk about just how many birds are now living and making this their home each and every day. But man, this is just fantastic out here. Obviously, I'm at the National Aviary. This is their reopening of the Tropical Rainforest. We have Executive Director Cheryl Tracy and Kathy Schlott also here, talking a little bit about really kind of what happened in this redesign. So let's start off with what happened with this redesign. How long did it take, and how long was the planning for this?
Oh, this is a really major point in our transformation here. We're standing in the original aviary built in 1952, and this is the first renovation of this building in 66 years. So we're very excited. Every aspect of the room design had the birds in mind, and the major aspect was the glass. We replaced every single pane of glass, 19,600 square feet of glass, and it was replaced with bird-friendly glass. And I can explain what that means in a minute.
I was about to say, not only that, but there's some special properties. One of those is it's being kind of bird-friendly, Cheryl, that you're telling us about.
That's right. The glass is bird-friendly, meaning that it was designed, we worked with Vitro Glass, Vitro Architectural Glass, the former PPG Glass folks, and we used their expertise to help us design glass that would be bird-friendly, meaning that birds both on the outside and on the inside wouldn't collide with the glass. They wouldn't see their reflection and try to fly through it. So it's designed with a special etching, and that keeps it safe for the birds both inside and outside.
All right. Also, another thing that this glass has a special property with, something that most people don't want. UV light comes in and is trapped in here, but doesn't get to leave. So tell us a little bit about that and some of the ways that you kind of ensure that these birds are going to be as comfortable as possible.
That's right. This whole room was designed to mimic the natural rainforest, and so we wanted natural light. We wanted the UV light for the birds, for the health of the plants and the birds who live here. We also added this beautiful waterfall feature that you see behind me. It's 15 feet tall, and it has a variety of levels, a variety of ponds for the birds to swim in, to wade in, or even to just perch up high and sun themselves. We also added 500 tropical plants that you will find in the rainforest, such as coffee and cacao plants from which chocolate is derived. We also added custom perching for the birds, a brand new walkway, and we also even added fans that have a special custom covering that help keep the birds safe.
Awesome. Tell me just really quickly also about how you guys went about how many birds were here? What did you have to do with them in order to do this renovation?
Well, we had 72 birds in this room, and we had to safely relocate them. And through our partnership with Allegheny Health Network, we were able to relocate them just across the street. Some of the birds stayed in our facility, and others were relocated across the street. And now we have about 80 birds in the room. We've added a couple of new species. And Kathy is here today to talk to us with some, to get us to meet some of the new birds.
And that was what I was about to kind of move over to, because obviously the renovation, as cool as it is, it's all about the birds here at the aviary. Tell us about this guy. Who is this?
This is Mac. Mac is a military macaw, and he is new to the tropical rainforest. There was a perch custom built just for Mac, so that way he can enjoy his time in the rainforest and thrive just like all the other birds that we have in here.
Is this the first time also that Mac's been kind of in this kind of a free range or in the rainforest area here?
That is correct. Mac has always been an ambassador animal, and he can continue his role as an ambassador animal, but just in many different ways now. He'll be in here for visitors to come in and see, but Mac will also still be able to go and visit schools and other programs as well.
All right. Tell me, what is he eating right there? What is that?
So I'm giving him his favorite treats, which are walnuts and peanuts. So he has
that's mine too.
Walnut in his foot right now.
Awesome. How powerful? I mean, he's just snapping that like it's nothing.
Yes, macaws have very, very strong beaks. They can actually just crack a broomstick in half with their beak. And you can see he's going to find the crease.
Oh, so sorry. Sorry, Beck.
He did not like that near his face. He has a personal space bubble, just like where he's trying to eat.
And clearly I was way too close for that.
We also have a beautiful pair of hyacinth macaws behind us, Benito and Saphira.
Okay. And tell us about some of the others, because you said that 72 animals were in the old in the old rainforest, but now you have a few more. Tell us about some of the other additions.
We do. Actually, Terry Grunzinski is going to come over and talk to you more about the birds that are in the exhibit and see if any of them will come down for you today.
Okay. Let's see if we can get that to happen. How are we doing? What do you have there?
I've got an assortment of mealworms, superworms, and waxworms.
I was thinking that they would probably be like hydrated or something like that, and they're alive.
They're alive, yeah. The birds prefer them better when they're wiggly.
All right, and so what are we going to do with those
What
guys?
I'm going to do is put some of these around the edge of the fountain here to see if we can get some of the birds to come up and show some natural foraging behavior.
Oh, cool. Let's do this. And you can see right there, they are on it right now. They are looking closely and seeing what's there. I think they're a little skeptical right now. They're like, okay, they're setting us up. There goes the ducks. They're eating. Oh, there they go. Oh, wow. Look at that. What type of bird is that?
That larger bird is called a southern bald ibis, and they're native to Africa. And the ducks are called marbled teal.
Marbled teal. How many different varieties of birds, just quickly, are in here?
We've got over 80 individual birds of about 40 species in here.
Awesome. Awesome. All right, good to know. All right, let's talk about your forecast. If you're not in the rainforest, it might seem like a rainforest no matter where you are across western Pennsylvania today. We are looking at rain chances at least through about 1 or 2 o'clock. Even as the rain has stopped, we are expecting to see some redevelopment. Should just be in the way of some light rain showers, and the best chance for that is going to be between about 11 and 2 o'clock today. So yes, rain showers and some thunderstorms. Can't fully rule that out. We do also, if you'll notice, just right around the Greensburg area over into Westmoreland County, we actually have a flood advisory. This is a river flood advisory in areas that they saw about 1.5 inches of rain in the overnight hours. Some river levels are high at this point. They are asking about that. Here's your forecast today. I think we hit about 82 after hitting 89 yesterday, so it will be a cooler day, but still very humid as we're starting off. The rest of the day, though, after 2 o'clock, it's going to be picture perfect and feel fantastic. Hey, the 7-day outlook, we're going to have that coming up for you in just about 20 minutes or so. A couple of nice days ahead, and we'll show that to you in just a bit. Right now, though, hey, I want to enjoy it. It might actually feel, Heather, better in here than it does out there. Go figure.
You've been talking about the monkeys all morning, so I can see that. Thanks, Ron.